Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura K. If you're new here, welcome to this safe space. And if you've been here with me, thank you guys so much for coming back. I love you all so much. I really appreciate you for being here, for liking and subscribing, leaving your amazing comments, you guys. We are going to be doing a energy reading. I'm going to be using some tarot cards, some oracle cards, some divine intuition, if you will. All that good jolly lucky stuff, and we're gonna see what's going on today as I am reading this. It is May 2nd, 2025. Whenever you find this, it should resonate. You know, energy defies distance and time. Stuff can be non-linear sometimes, so whenever you find this, it should resonate. If you guys saw my last video yesterday, we just got the Seven of Laurels again, which we literally just got yesterday. I'm using the Heavenly Womb deck by Noah Akita. I really love this deck. It's got a really beautiful story to it. In this deck, Laurels replaces the Pentacles, the Earth sign. So, yeah. And I think of Laurels, like I had said, resting in the laurels kind of energy. Is kind of about, you know, chilling after having done hard work. And this card right here, if you can see it, this card right here, she is learning how to use her energy. You see, she's got her hand kind of sending energy to this little garden, and it's growing, and she's covered in leaves, greenery, because they have gained this wisdom on using their own energy, right? They've already helped make it all grow out from within their head, but now they're learning how to do so in the real world in front of them. What happened? There we go. Now they've learned how to do so in the real world in front of them. Now they're practicing and they're building a garden of greenery all around them. And so that says a lot to you and your own journey and your own ability to, you've been doing a lot of learning, a lot of research, a lot of practice in something, and now's the time for that experiential learning to put what you've been reading about into play, into the real world, is basically what I'm getting. And then the Nine of Wands, which is a lot of fiery energy, and the Nine of Wands is kind of saying, like, you have literally everything that you need to create the things that you want to create. And I think it's kind of talking a lot about you've been sitting, you know, waiting for so long. And then we've also got this Six of Laurels. I'll try to show you what it looks like. The Six of Laurels, and this person looks like they are almost faint, and this person is handing them a crystal that is blue. They also have like blue hair, and it's almost like, you know, when somebody faints and they like pour water on them or whatever, like it's kind of like that, wake up, like wake up, but it's with this blue crystal. And I think of the blue crystal as being connected to the throat chakra. It's like somebody is like showing this person, hey, and she's got blue hair, like all of the energy of her is just making me think of throat chakra. And it's like, hey, it's like your friend who embodies so much confidence and so much realness, and you look at them and you're like, oh my gosh, like I need to be more like you, like in that. And I think this friend is kind of showing them, like, hey, here's what you need to embrace. Be this. If I'm this, that means you are it too, and that you can see it, and like I'm just a mirror of you. If I'm doing this, so can you. And I think, you know, you're that person with that Nine of Wands, with the Seven of Laurels. Like, you already have that magic within you. You're just seeing it in other people, and this is the time where, instead of looking at that and feeling like smaller about yourself or jealous or envy, like instead of looking at somebody and being like, oh, like they have something I can never have, I wish I was more like them, it's like, well, stop wishing that you're more like them, honey. They're in your experience to show you that you're no different. And yeah, of course, we're all like different and unique in our own ways, but like there's a lot of ways that that you're no different. Oh my god, the bottom of the deck, I'm like putting the cards away, but the bottom of the deck that I'm pulling out is the Three of Cups, which has these three people putting their cups together in cheers, and it's very much like community coming together, like cheers. We all see that we all have the same powers. We are all able to grow these beautiful gardens just out of our hands, just out of the energy that we emit. And whenever I see that card where the that laurels one, where she's the Seven of Laurels, where she's looking down and shining her hand on this green and it's growing, I think of like learning Reiki and learning to understand energy and realizing that once you go from shooting it straight from your hands, you can also begin practicing so much that you embody it, that you're able to send that energy through your eyes and through your mouth and through every little movement that you make, until really like you've got trails of energy leaving behind you like breadcrumbs. And then you get to do the beautiful priestess thing where you leave your energy in different places and let flowers grow and bloom in different places and spaces. And something else that I'm getting about that Nine of Wands is like, you've been doing that. You've been planting these seeds in different places in ways that you maybe have not consciously realized, but your higher self is so keen and so aware and so smart and is leaving little breadcrumbs for you to find and to pick up. And you're gonna look at it and be like, that was me. Like, you're gonna learn to amaze yourself. And the more that you surround yourself in community of other people that inspire you, that you can feel like they enhance you and they help you bring out more positives in yourself, the more that you surround yourself with these kinds of people, instead of the kinds of people who maybe were jealous of you or were envious or were just, you know, not treating you well. The more that you can surround yourself by people who see you for who you are and want to water you as much as you want to water them, those are those healthy relationships. And you're going to start seeing more and more connections like those as you let go of the connections that don't serve you and that don't support that. You need to be aware of where your energy is going. And when it's going to the right people, you're going to feed each other and you're going to continue to feel re-energized. You're going to amaze yourself by how many beautiful things that you can accomplish within a freaking day. Like, but you're going to realize how much you can stick to responsibilities and more things within your schedule because you're constantly feeling replenished, because you're around people who raise you and lift you and support you and make you feel better. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I thought we were gonna use the Animal Spirit deck, but Sacred Rebels again, because I guess that's what I got out. I don't know where I put the other one, but pretty soon I'm going to bring a new deck, a new tarot deck into the mix. Stay tuned for the next few videos if you'd like to. If you enjoyed this one and you want to subscribe, I got another deck coming. I got a couple, but you know, some are meant to be shared, some are mine. But this is the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. I love this deck. It has brought so much wisdom. I've brought it out in many circles of women, and every single time we end up pulling more cards than we anticipate at the beginning, because it really speaks. And I bought this card on the last Lionsgate portal. I think that's AA, right? 8, Lionsgate, yeah. The last Lionsgate on the last 8. Dang. Dang, time's flying, y'all. I bought this on the Lionsgate, and it has literally been like a heart-opening portal, this deck. It says diving for light, and oh, she's got these seahorses, but her hair is also very green, very dark green, and it's making me think of heart chakra energy. Her crown also has these seahorses, but they're like, it makes me think of the caduceus. So it's like these, I've never pulled this card either. This is my first time looking at it, but they obviously look like a double helix, the DNA strand. But it looks like these two seahorses, and they create this double helix of energy. You can see like the double helix all throughout her hair too. And then the seaweed. I think of the caduceus as being like divine union, you know, the kundalini running up the spine is the original meaning of that caduceus. I also think of Hermes. But I think of divine union. I think of a deep connection. You know, the male seahorse like helps carry the babies, and he's very nurturing and supportive, and so I see that kind of energy of it's diving for light. We're gonna go ahead and read this card. It's giving me very much mermaid energy. Oh, next. Oh, there we go. I have a beautiful friend who gives me so much mermaid energy. Oh, 11 is the number too. That's interesting. I've never pulled this card. But next month I'm actually going to a mermaid festival with some of my friends, so I'm very intrigued about the green and the it's a lot of heart-opening energy, it feels like, and it feels like deep connection, divine union, kundalini awakening. Let's read what this says. It says, "How brave you are! You're diving for light. It can be so much simpler to seek light in the heavenly, in which is blissful, sweet, loving, and kind. To look for the light in that which is dark is an advanced task that only a rebellious and brave heart will attempt." Girl, my whole life. It says, "You may not feel that you have taken such a journey by choice, yet you have taken this wise challenge on from deep within your soul. Your innermost being has evoked this situation in your life with the intention that you grow in power, wisdom, and creative juice. It also wants you to experience a bold and fearless trust in life and become further empowered to live it with zest and courage. The Oracle of Diving for Light speaks of a time when you are called into darkness through life circumstances, situations, relationship challenges, or inner struggles that defy clear understanding. That darkness might be a creative block, a sense of being in a void, or feelings of depression, rage, sadness, fear, or anxiety. There may or may not be an obvious cause. The darkness might be generally accepted and socially acknowledged because there is a socially acceptable or obvious reason for it, such as a death, divorce, or retrenchment. However, there may be no obvious justification for your experience of darkness. You might not need a reason to be able to accept it. Likewise, you may struggle to find an unconditional acceptance of your experience. Just know that you are actually on track and right where you need to be. Our creative process and our spiritual path go through a similar turning of the wheel. My head is singing, "The wheel in the sky keeps on turning." It's like I think it's the eagle. Wheel in the sky. Journey. I think it's Journey. The wheel in the sky. There is spring and summer in the seasons of our soul, as well as in the earthly ones. There is the autumn harvest, and there is the death inherent in winter. When energy is concentrated and pulled within to seek out the darkness where it can rest, regenerate, and simply be until the time is right for new life, energy, and creative inspiration to burst forth. When diving for light, one must be willing to bear the darkness and understand it has a purpose, much like winter does upon the earth. It is not an error or through lack of consciousness that you are here now. It is a testament to your spiritual growth and creative process, not a sign that they are lacking or stalling. The healing process below will help you with your inward plunging and to successfully navigate it. This oracle brings a particular guidance that although you're powerful, you are also vulnerable at this time. You need to be alert to sabotage and criticism that may make your progress more difficult than it already is. That would be rather unnecessary. At least some of the people around you might be more attached to the fear and doubt than to their faith in the process and the ways of the creative, rebellious spiritual path that asks us to trust unconditionally. They may be frightened due to lack of understanding. You don't need to carry their fear for them. You have your own process to attend to. They can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. I was literally talking about this with this card. Pick your people. Pick your people. Pick your problems. Okay? You don't got to take on other people's problems. They may be frightened due to lack of understanding, but you don't need to carry their fear for them. They can choose to be inspired by your journey or frightened by it. They are free to respond as they wish or whatever their responses are. They are part of their journey for them to work through. You also have to be vigilant against the darker forces within you. These are the voices that you may not expect, particularly if you're a pure-hearted one who typically resonates with love. These voices or feelings might surprise you with their dark intensity. Yeah. They may be feelings of hate, terror, or of wanting only to sleep because any further is just too hard. They may contain vicious criticism of yourself, or they tell you that your inner creative work is pointless, unoriginal, not worth it, or stupid. Don't we all do this to ourselves? It's not us doing it. It's us allowing everything else to do that to us. You don't have to allow that. You can tell those thoughts, oh wait, these are not me. I am not that. Okay? In like other languages, when they talk about like feelings and stuff, like in Spanish, you would say like, I have sadness, but in English, we're like, I am depressed, I am anxious, you gotta be careful how you talk because you are claiming things, and sometimes we claim our dark thoughts so freaking hard when that's such imposter syndrome. You're not that. Those thought forms are just something that you're picking up, and you're choosing to pick up the wrong ones, okay? Somebody needed to hear it. These dark forces might try to tell you that you are on the wrong path, suggest that you will fall, or ask with great condescension, who the hell do you think you are? You must stay in your heart and not believe these dark forces. Stay in compassion. Fear creates the energy of anger, hate, and destructiveness. These forces are a part of life. We don't have to be frightened by them, nor do we need to deny their existence or try to ignore them in order to find light in the darkness. You just need to hold compassion and be intelligently aware so that we can avoid being seduced into the trap of needing to prove ourselves or into the mistaken belief that we need to fight against darkness. It is too easy to get caught up in trying to heal the dark. Darkness just is. Recognize it when it is there and be in your compassionate heart. All you need to do is make a choice. Will you stay in your heart or will you be seduced by darkness and overcome by hate or sleepiness? Sleepiness. I'm just too tired. You're not too tired. Wake up. Treat yourself well so that you don't feel tired all the time. Work out, eat well, exercise. Do that, do things that bring you energy, that make you feel passionate. Follow your joy. Allow yourself those fun moments if that's what you need, okay? Diving for light is a spiritual test and a threshold for all true creative work. We successfully navigate our way through this test and pass the threshold into new creative birth by staying connected to the light of compassion in our own hearts. It is not an easy test, but it is one that you must be ready for. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming to you now. Just remember, it is the light of the heart that sustains us. It exists within us always, even in the darkest depths of unknown terrain. This oracle comes with a special message that there is darkness within and around you that could become problematic if left unchecked. If for no particular reason you find yourself feeling angry, irritated, hopeless, or tired, or more easily than usual, or unable to rest, or it is just too much effort to exercise and take care of yourself, then this darkness is having an unnecessary effect on you. It is time to end that now from a place of compassion. The healing process below will empower you for that task. Do not be afraid. You are learning this lesson and the unending power of compassion because you are ready for it. Feel honored by this lesson and stay humbly centered in your powerful, rebellious heart that refuses to be conquered by fear and remains faithful in love. All will be well. So, for the healing process portion of this, it asks you to repeat this, to say this aloud. You don't really have to if you don't want to. I do believe that just like listening to it actively can help you like get it in your subconscious, but I do believe that if you kind of follow with me and say it out loud, that it does have a stronger effect. So I'll read it a little slow in case you do want to follow me. It is kind of long, so maybe I won't read it so slow, but you can say it with me. Say this aloud, whether it makes sense to you or not. Here comes the quote. I call upon the presence of unconditional love. Be here now without restraint. Fill me and fill this space. Touch all beings with your grace. I feel the presence of unconditional love within me. I acknowledge the presence of unconditional love all around me. I am the presence of unconditional love, and in this space, no fear can remain. May unconditional love guide any fear back to the light of love or back into the earth as it serves the greatest good. My body, mind, heart, and soul are now completely bathed in and protected by unconditional love. Through my own free will, this is so. It says repeat this morning and night at least 3 days and continue for as long as you wish and feels good for you. You may feel some reactions to this work. Fear, anger, irritation may come up. You may feel overwhelmed or need to go do something that doesn't actually seem that important. Once you start doing it, and could have waited 5 more minutes. You might feel nausea, you might feel emotional with sadness or grief passing through you. These are all signs that your healing process is working on a darker energy and that the energy is releasing itself from you. So repeat this simple process until you feel clear. Don't be afraid to continue with it as much as needed, especially if you live or work in a toxic environment with lots of negativity, that kind of stuff. Anyway, the end. Diving for light. Ain't that the story of my life? The story of my life. Restore and replenish. This is the other card that I just saw like as I'm closing up the end of the deck, but this woman is like curled up in all of the leaves, but there's also a bunch of seashells. Seashell by the seashore. Shally showed them. Shally showed the seashell by the seashore. Okay, this lady is laying up in the green, but she's also surrounded by seashells, which makes me think of that last card, the diving for light. So restore, rest, and replenish is very important for you. I hope you joined me in that healing process or you got something out of it. I really appreciate you guys for being here, for listening to these words. It is almost 25 minutes. You guys are troopers if you made it all the way through this. I am so grateful for you guys. I'm about to sneeze. Achoo! If you said out loud, bless you, or salud, or something, thank you. I love you. I would love for you guys to leave some comments. Tell me how this resonates with you in your journey. I really appreciate you guys for being here, for liking and subscribing to these videos, and for sharing, co-collaborating your energy with me so that we can create this beautiful space. I really appreciate you guys. I wish you all the luck and love on your journey. Much love and many blessings. Bye for now. See you soon.